Hello friends, welcome to Electronic Circuit Hub. So today we will understand log and anti-log amplifier, right? We will understand why do we need log and anti-log amplifier. We will understand the application of log and anti-log amplifier. We will see uh, log amplifier with diode application. We will see log amplifier with transistor application. We will see anti-log amplifier, and we will take some numerical problem and solve the numerical, and we will see the output, right? So let us understand why do we need log and anti-log amplifier. Okay, what is exact application and need of log and anti-log amplifier, right? So basically log and anti-log amplifiers are used in applications that required compression of analog input signal, linearization of transducer that have exponential outputs, and analog multiplication and division, right? So these are the area where the log and the anti-log amplifiers are being used, okay, to compress the analog input signal, linearization of a transducer output, right? In a certain application, a signal may be too large in a magnitude for a particular system to handle. So in this case, the signal voltage must be scaled down by the process called signal compression so that it can be properly handled by the system. Let us say if you have some signals, analog signals, which is having a higher magnitude, but your receiving system cannot handle that much magnitude signals, so it must be scaled down, and the process for scaling the signal is called compression. If the once the signal is compressed, it will be properly handled by the receiving system, right? If a linear circuit is used to scale down a signal in a magnitude, in an amplitude, the lower voltages are reduced by the same percentage as higher voltages. Linear signal compression often results in a lower voltages becoming obscured by the noise and difficult to measure accurately. So this is the disadvantage of linear circuit. So why we don't use linear circuit and why we go for log and anti-log amplifier? This is the exact reason. If you use linear circuit, the amplitude of linear circuit will be reduced by the same percentage as higher voltages. Okay, so this is the drawback of linear circuit. If you use linear circuit, that is why the reason we use log and anti-log amplifier. One more drawback is if you use linear circuit and you compress it, the lower voltage seems to be a noise, so it would be very difficult to measure the voltage, right? So this is why we need log and anti-log amplifier. To overcome this problem, a signal with a long dynamic range can be compressed using logarithm response. In logarithm compression, the higher voltages are reduced by the greater percentage than the lower voltages, thus the keeping the lower voltage signal from being lost in noise. So hope you understand why do we need log and anti-log amplifier and why we cannot use linear circuit. Okay, what is the reason behind choosing log and anti-log amplifier, right? So you can see here this is linear signal compression. This is your analog signal. Here it is having higher magnitude and here it is having lower magnitude. If you use linear signal compression, this portion of the signal may be lost when compressed to a very small amplitude. You can see this signal is being lost here. You cannot find what was the signal. Okay, right. In uh, If you use logarithm signal compression approach, this is your input signal. If you use logarithm signal compression approach, you can see large voltages are reduced more than small voltages. You can see this larger amplitude voltage are reduced while the smaller is reduced, but in not say same percentage. Okay, so this is why we need logarithm signals compression approach rather than linear signal compression approach, right? So now we will understand log amplifier with the diode. How? So you can see this is operational amplifier and your input signal is connected to the inverting terminal. This is IN current flowing through this resistance R1 and this is going through diode VF. The forward voltage of this diode is VF. This is plus, this is minus, and this is the current flowing through this diode is IF, and this is V out, right? Now let us see Vf equals to, we know this by square law equation of diode. You can find the square law equation of diode, Kt divided by Q into ln if divided by ir. This if divided by ir, okay, where ir equals to reverse leakage current of diode, right? So if you want to find V out, this is V out equals to minus Vf. Okay, V out equals to, this goes to V out, and this V out equals to minus Vf. So If equals to, if you want to find the If equals to I in this current, since current flowing through this inverting terminal is 0, so this current equals to this current, If equals to In equals to V in divided by R1. This is V in divided by R1. And now if you want to find out V out equals to minus Vf, so in place of that is equals to If divided by IR, so in place of If you can write K, this is V out equals to minus Vf, so minus Vf you can write minus kt divided by q ln if divided by ir, if divided by ir. Now in place of if you can write v in divided by r1. This is v in divided by r1 into ir. Okay, so you already know kt by q equals to 25 millivolt at 25 degrees centigrade, and your final equation would be V out equals to minus 25 ln V in divided by IR R1. Okay, let us consider one example here. Let us say if your reverse leakage current is 50 nanoampere and your input signal is 2 volt and your this resistor R1 equals to 10k, then how will you find the value of V out? So we already know V out equals to minus 25 millivolt ln V in divided by IR into R1. So you just simply place this value minus 25 ln into V in equals to 2 volt divided by IR 50 nanoampere divide into 100k. You will find 1 minus 0.15 volt or 150 millivolt. So this is the example I have considered by using uh, logarithm amplifier by using diode. So you can see your 2 volt signal is compressed to 150 millivolt signal. Okay, this is the V out. Your input voltage is 2 volt and your V out equals to 150 millivolt, right? Now we will uh, take logarithm amplifier with transistor application. So you can see this is the transistor. In place of diode we placed a transistor here. So you can see this is the VBE, this is current flowing through this transistor is IC, and this is IN. So I in equals to IC. So V out equals to minus 25 millivolt ln V in divided by IEBO into R1, where IEBO equals to transistor reverse leakage current, emitter to base current, emitter to base current when collector is open. So this is IE BO. So let us say if your input voltage is 3 volt, if your input signal is 3 volt, your IEBO equals to 40 nanoampere. Then now you want to find R1 equals to 68K, and now you want to find V out. So V out equals to minus 25 millivolt ln 3 volt divided by 40 nanoampere into 68K. You will find minus uh, 0.175. Okay, minus 0.175. Here something written wrong. Minus 0.175 volt, right? Minus 0.175 volt. So you can see if you use transistor for your signal compression, you have input of 3 volt and your output is minus 0.175 volt, right? Let us consider now anti-log amplifier. So in anti-log amplifier, this resistor and transistor are swapped together. So in place of resistor we put transistor, and in place of transistor we put resistor. Okay, so this is VBE, this is I in, which is same as IC. So I in equals to IC, since there is no current flowing through this inverting terminal, right? So now if you want to find out V out equals to minus RF, this is RF, into IEBO. Here you have anti-log V in divided by 25 millivolt. So you can derive this formula. I've already uh, taken from some reference. So let us say your input signal is 175.1 millivolt, which was in our last case. Your IEBO equals to 40 nanoampere, and R1 equals to 68K. Now you want to find V out. V out equals to, you can replace all these values here, minus 68K into 49 nanoampere, anti-log 175.1 millivolt divided by 25 millivolt. So you will get minus 3 volt. So you can see in our previous example we have input of 3 volt and we were getting 175 millivolt. Here you have input of 175 millivolt and you are getting 3 volt, right? So hope you understand the concept for why do we need log and anti-log amplifier, and what is the application for log and anti-log amplifier. If you have any question, feel free to ask me in comment section.